Good morning, students. Myself Abhishek Sharma from Mount Letra Z School, Jhansi. Students, we are continuing chapter 5 in class 11th Business Studies. The name of chapter is E-Business. And in my previous lecture, we have discussed the scope of E-Business, comparison between E-Business and traditional business, and what are the benefits of E-Business. Today, I am going to discuss something about BPO. So, what is BPO? BPO refers to getting a business task accomplished through an outside agency. Initially, only a few companies in the United States adopted the practice of outsourcing by assigning the routine jobs to outside agencies so that company could concentrate on critical issues without wasting time on routine work. There are some features which are associated with BPO. Let's discuss them one by one. BPO involves contracting out. Outsourcing means to source out what you have been doing in-house. For example, most of the companies were appointing their own security guards for protection and safety of their premises, but how they have entrusted outside agency to perform these activities. Generally, non-core activities are outsourced. Most of the business firms are opting for outsourcing for the following types of services like financials, advertising, courier, customer support services, and lots more. Now, what is captive BPO unit? Which provides services of a given kind to only one firm. Example, General Electric GE is the largest captive BPO unit in India for providing certain kind of services to the parent company, which is already established in USA. The process by which outsourced to a captive third unit or third party can be in two terms. One which we have already discussed, captive units. Next is third party service provider. Third party service provider are specialized in some process. They can be of two types, horizontal and vertical. Person firm which provides their services to a wide base of clients cutting across industries, providing assistance in all types of businesses. Vertical, they may specialize in one or two industries and scale up to doing a number of processes from non-core to core. For example, providing IT and financial consultancy only. Now, what are the advantages of BPO? First, focusing of attention. By outsourcing the routine task, the company can concentrate on more crucial matters. Second, there is reduction in cost. It is assumed that there is 10 to 20% reduction in cost. Third is quest for excellencies. Outsourcing helps firms to get excellence in two ways. They can focus only on activities in which they excel, contracting out remaining activities to those who excel in performing those activities. Growth through alliances. By availing services from other firms, your investment required are reduced. Your profit not only from low investment and better services provided by them to you, but also from share in profit from business they do for you. Therefore, you can expand rapidly and easily. Now the last is economic growth and development. Offshore outsourcing stimulates entrepreneurship, employment and export in the countries from where outsourcing is done. For example, in India, an undisputed leader in IT and software development as a global outsourcing is concerned. This is the main reason nowadays a firm not only outsource their routine work but also their core and strategic processes like research and development department. BPO is popularly known as call centers, which provide customer-oriented voice-based services 24 hours and 7 days. Nearly about 70% of BPO industry's revenue comes from call center. BPO comprises of 4 segments, that is contract manufacturing, contract research, contract sales, and informatics. These segments are very essential for BPO sector. So students, that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.